My adult self will not want to even associate myself with those kind of people. If it makes me feel good, no, don't do that to yourself. Hi, my loves. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time, welcome. My name is Etienne Brooks, and on this channel, I get to share with you the lessons that I've gained and the tips that are helping me navigate my life as a young adult. If you do end up liking this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share. Let's grow this community together. So, in today's video, I want to talk about the difference between people pleasing and genuine kindness. So I've said this before in my previous video. I'll link it in the description box for you to watch. As a recovering people pleaser, there are lots of lessons that I have learned on that in that regard, and I'm learning how to set boundaries for myself and show up authentically. And I have realized that there is a lot of difference between pleasing people or people pleasing and showing genuine care. And in today's video, we'll talk about that. People pleasing, as you all know, is rooted in insecurity and fear. The fear of being judged, the fear of being criticized, the fear of being left alone, the fear of being abandoned. And so you self-sacrifice, you even betray yourself, you bend over backwards, you overdo things because you're craving that acceptance, you're craving that validation from people. That's typically what people pleasing is. And for genuine care, it doesn't just involve that. Like, it doesn't involve that. As much as it would be nice for someone to say, oh, thank you, she's such a nice person, that is not the motivation of genuine care. So that is not what motivates you to show genuine care to others. We usually associate people pleasing with selflessness. It's not that you're entirely wrong. Of course, they are selfless, but at the detriment of themselves. That takes us to our first point. People pleasing often leads to resentment. You want to say no to something and you can't say no. You don't want to go for that party. But because you might just be liked or you might just be close to the cool girls, you want to be among the cool girls, and so you've joined them for this party, even when you don't really want to. You do things to please them, even when you don't really want to. You share the last pie you have, even when you don't really want to, and you get upset, at yourself for not being able to say no. And sometimes you get upset because they're not able to show up for you as much as you would have shown up for them. You get angry with yourself, but I can do this, but why are they not doing it for me? As much as they might not see you in that light, it's because they probably have boundaries and you don't. So you sacrifice yourself, and so it feels strange to you for somebody to say no to you when you could have easily said yes because you're just that person who says yes. So if you have to betray yourself, if you have to self-sacrifice, if you have to, not have boundaries or let people cross your boundaries multiple times just because you want to be accepted by other people, then that's such a wrong move. That's not what genuine care is. That means you don't really care about them that much. You just care about how they see you. You just care about how they perceive you. I feel like I'm just dumping everything together, all my points together in this one thing, but we'll figure it out as we go further in our discussion. Let the reason for your help and genuine care for others not be rooted in the fear of being criticized. People pleasing is a belief that you are only worthy of love when you are performative, when you do something to earn it. So if you're lacking love somehow, maybe from family or from friends, you find yourself wanting to do certain things that you don't particularly like because you're trying to gain that love, you're trying to feel worthy of that love. And that's not good. When you share your pie with someone, like I said earlier, just because you want them to accept you and you want to be a part of their circle, not because you genuinely care about sharing your pie, then maybe that's not what love is about. Maybe that's not what it is about. So I've forgotten to wear my earring today again. I'm not going to wear it. You're going to see me this way. I've forgotten no jewelry on and I feel so bare. Oh my goodness. I feel so bare, but like... will go on like that. So authentic care doesn't always involve that. Now, it doesn't mean that you wouldn't sacrifice for you wouldn't compromise for your friend. Of course, love is sacrifice and all of that, but you won't be doing it from a place of I want to gain that person's love. You wouldn't be doing it from a place of I don't feel worthy unless I do that thing that they want me to do. You won't let them control how you feel about yourself. You will do it and then separate your worth, your whatever from that thing that you've done for them. I actually went back to wear my jewelry because I was looking very bare and I didn't like it. So it was like actually a struggle to, put that on. But I'm here, I'm back. People pleasing makes you abandon yourself. When you genuinely care about someone, you don't abandon yourself. So, as like I said, as much as you might be compromising, you're not abandoning yourself or your needs. But in people pleasing, you abandon yourself. It's like if any other person doesn't say you're good, you don't feel good. If someone doesn't congratulate you for something that you've done, you don't feel like you've done anything right. So in your own eyes, you're lovable. In your own eyes, you're not good enough until somebody else says you're good enough. And the only way for someone to see that you're good enough is when you bend over backwards for that person. And that's such a terrible place to live. Like thinking about it now, I remember the things I used to do when I was a teenager. I craved acceptance so much that like sometimes when I think about it now, as much as I've forgiven myself about a lot of things, I sort of still get mad upset because it's like, why was I thinking like that? These people, we've all grown up and I looked at them now. My adult self will not want to even associate myself with those kind of people. But when I was a teenager, you needed to see how I would bend over backwards for people. Like I was so afraid of losing people. Like how long would I have continued to please people who didn't even give a damn about me? I think I'm bolder now. I can say no. People pleasing doesn't allow you to say no. It's like if you say no, you are dead. If you say no, it's like you've committed the worst crime. How can you say no? How are you going to feel loved? Oh my God, you're going to be starving yourself of love if you ever say no. That's how people pleasing is. And is that a good place to be? Absolutely not. When you lack boundaries, it's an indication that you don't consider yourself important. And because you don't consider yourself important, you treat yourself as a second-hand product. You treat yourself as something that is not important, and you treat others important because you don't think you are important enough to be treated that way. Have you ever seen a situation, maybe in a gathering, there's always that one particular person that wants to wash the plates, that wants to do this, that wants to do that they've not even asked you for help. You do it. And I'm not saying that that's bad. I'm talking about the intention behind that. If the intention behind that activity or those activity that you do is because they give you praises or they appreciate you and you somewhat feel like, it makes me feel good, then that's not good. That's not healthy, because how long will you keep being the butt of the, how do I put it? I don't know. Or how long are you going to be that person that anybody can kick around? Because they know that Sarah is going to always do it. And so, you know what, Sarah is the person that always is. Sarah is the Teresa. Sarah is every... No, don't do that to yourself. If you keep bending over backwards for people, you'll be left with nothing. You'll be emotionally bankrupt. I don't know if that's a word, but like you won't have anything to give to yourself and to people who genuinely care about you at the end of the day. So here are a few questions that you might want to ask yourself if you're torn in between understanding what your actions are rooted in. Am I a people pleaser? Do I just genuinely care about people you're not sure? First of all, if you even need to ask yourself that question, you might actually be a people pleaser. But if you're not really sure about this, first of all, you have to ask yourself, how do I feel when I do these things? How do I feel after I've done these things that I do for them? So I'm helping this friend do something. How do I feel after helping? Or how do I feel during the process of helping? Try and self-reflect. Sit down and talk about it with yourself, or talk about it with someone that you really trust. For people pleasers, I don't even think they even recognize the people that they can actually trust, because they are just there. Like everybody can have access to them, and which is, I don't know. If you can self-reflect, that would be a very good tool for you to use. Why do I feel like it is my obligation to help these people? Why have you decided that these people are your responsibilities? What is driving that? What is motivating you to do the things that you do for them? Why do you feel like you have to do it? What is that thing? Is it because they are good friends? Is it because you want to be their friend? Is it because you want them to be your friend? What exactly is driving you? Why am I afraid of being perceived a certain way? You have to ask yourself that question as well. So why is it that I am so scared of being perceived differently from what I intend to show through my action? Where exactly is this fear coming from? Where is it coming from? I feel like for this particular one, you might need a professional to help you understand where the fear may be coming from. Like dig deep. Is it family? Is it friends? Is it something in your past? Do you have abandonment issues? what exactly is going on in your life. You might need a professional to help you through this one. Why can't I stand up for myself? Why can't I just tell them no? Why can't I just say I don't like this thing? Oh my goodness, like I feel like I need a complete, I feel like if I want to talk about my people pleasing story or stories, I would take like an entire video. So you need to ask yourself that question. Why can't I stand up for myself? What exactly is the problem? Why can't I just say no? It's just help you when you want to. If someone asks you for help, and even if you want to say yes, take a day or two and tell them you'll get back to them. That would help you. Do you understand that? Like, that's one of the things I did as a recovering people pleaser. Like, that's one of the things I did to help me. Why does the expectation of other people matter? Why is it that I am ready to not care about myself, but sort of be so concerned and be so focused on the expectation of others about me? Why do their expectations of me matter so much more than my own dreams, my own wants, my own needs? Finally, why do I assume that if I show my true colors, I will be rejected? This one is it actually hits home, but I said that I will try not to like give personal stories because it's going to just elongate the video. But this is a very important question to ask yourself. Why do you feel like you're not going to have friends if only you showed your true colors? And I don't know, I feel like this particular question should come top. I know that other questions are important, but like this should top your list. Why? What is that fear rooted in? Why are you scared that you'll be rejected? So I feel like you should let go of that fear of rejection. If you are rejected, I feel like you will find your way. I mean, I'm not saying this because it's easy. A very significant event happened about a year ago in my life, and it wasn't easy for me to handle that rejection. It was really, really not easy, and I did a lot of things because I was scared of being rejected, but I was aware that this was rooted in abandonment issue. So ask yourself this question, self-reflect. It will help you, gain your voice back. It will give you a voice. It will help you tap into your authentic self. If you are a people pleaser and you're trying to get out of that web, try as much as possible to always ask for a day or two before you give a response to something. Do not give a response to something immediately. So even if you want to ask, even if you are going to say yes, that space or that time that you take off before that decision is finally made, you'll be able to understand why you're going to answer yes or why you're going to say no. So that period is like a period of reflection. Yeah, that's about it in today's video. So if you enjoyed today's video, please kindly give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share to your friends and family. It would mean a whole lot to me if this video can get a wider reach, if you can reach a wider audience. Thank you guys for sticking around. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.